On the street, it's known as the boot. Accumulate a few unpaid parking tickets, and you may very well find your car wearing one. Municipalities use wheel immobilizers to clamp down on offenders, while universities use them to deter illegal parking on campus. The boot's dome goes over the rim. On the other side, its inner arm hooks in between the rim and brake. A secure bolt clamps those outer and inner parts together, immobilizing the wheel. Boots must be strong and tamper-proof, so the main components are made of steel. This steel tube will become the boot's outer arm. This steel bar will become the stand that props up the boot during installation. This flat steel bar will become the inner arm that hooks between the rim and brake. They bend it lengthwise to give it strength. Then they bend it into the final shape. Now back to the tube they cut for the outer arm. After bending it in 2 spots, they drill 2 holes for the tube that'll house the secure bolt. They bend a flat steel bar to make a stiffener that reinforces the inner arm. Meanwhile, that steel bar they cut to make the stand goes onto a machine called a rod bender. A welder now fuses the tube to the outer arm, then welds that assembly to a part called the body box. After welding the stiffener to the inner arm, he welds a pin through holes in both the arm and the other end of the body box. So now the inner arm hinges on the box. After a coat of baked-on enamel, the boot's body is complete. The dome measures 30 centimeters in diameter. First, they weld a bracket to it. Next, they fit a sleeve into the bracket and thread a pin through them both. Then they weld the pin to the bracket. So now the sleeve pivots. This, too, receives a baked-on coat of enamel. Now they glue a rubber trim over the dome's edge so that booting a car doesn't damage the rim. It's time to assemble all the parts. First, the mechanism that clamps the boot's inner and outer arms around the tire. Using a special key, they screw it into a stainless steel nut inside the bolt tube. This spring holds the inner arm in the correct position. The stand goes on with a bolt. The stand elevates the boot off the ground, enabling the installer to turn the secure bolt key. In this cutaway, you can see how turning the key moves the secure bolt forward, pushing the inner and outer arms together to clamp the tire. Next, they slide the dome's sleeve over the body's outer arm. They align the hole in the sleeve with a hole in the arm, then bolt the parts together. The arm has several holes, so the boot can accommodate wheels of different sizes. Every boot gets a metal plate bearing the model and serial number. The boot manufacturer records who owns the boot and won't issue a new secure bolt key without proper identification.